Hey guys, it's Taylor Ann from Little Creative Life, and I wanted to share my take or my attempt at the artist trading coins. So I saw lots of people doing it on YouTube, Pinterest, and Instagram. So I wanted to give it a try, and this is what I came out with. I pretty much started with a watercolor piece of paper like this. This one has a bit more yellows in it, but it's just really loose watercolor with some texture in the background, using like paint splatter and whatever. And then I used a circle stencil. Mine was a little bit smaller because I think the true artist trading coin size is 2.5 inches. But my circle stencil is a little bit smaller, but I pretty much just cut out circles on nice parts of the background. So, here's a pencil. And I think you can get at least 9, but you should probably be able to get 12 circles from, you know, just regular piece of paper. And what's kind of cool is I made a little kit, so if you wanted to give it a try, you can download this watercolor piece of background paper if you want to try to make your own artist trading coins, or if you want to use it for collage or whatever. It's actually part of a artist trading coin kit that is up for sale on Etsy, and that's what we're playing with today. So I'm just making some circles. That's probably, you get the picture, right? So I'm gonna cut it out. These are not the right scissors. It's better. And I think a punch would be ideal for this. You could just punch out circles and they would be even and it would be fast. But I don't have a punch, so I'm just going to cut it out by hand, and I still think the kind of hand cut out look is cool because it's imperfect and it's definitely not round like 100%. So I think the hand cut out look is cool, but just take your time and don't rush through it on a video. So I'm only going to cut out 2 because you kind of get the picture. I just did some watercolor and then I cut out circles and then I started decorating, which is the fun part. So now that I have 2 cut out, there we go. See, you can see my printer misprinted on the back, and I got this super crazy bright color when I was going for something more muted like this. But here's our 2 little pieces. How cute are those? So I just have a little bit of texture and a little bit of design in the background, but I can actually start decorating now. So I used distress ink in Vintage Photo, and I just kind of went around the edges with this just to almost accentuate the imperfect cut around the edge, and to make it look a little bit more old and mysterious, more vintagey. So you can see that really accentuates how imperfect the circles are, but I like the way it looks. So I also went in and decorated with some vintage book text, and where is it? My desk is a mess. And some stamping. But I just have this really big vintage book, and I just rip it apart and use different pages from it. So I used vintage book text, and I just did some like stamping on it. Where are my stamps? Here's some of them. I love these butterflies because they almost match my butterflies like perfectly. Do you see that? That's pretty cool. And that was unintentional. But I did some stamping, which I lost. I lost it. Oh well. I have not gotten used to my big desk apparently. Here it is. I did some stamping on the vintage book text, so when I cut it out, you can still see the words in the background, but you still see the image. It's really cool, and I like the way it looks, especially with like distressing on it, so you can see the words in the background. So I'm just gonna do some maybe stamping. I don't know. The fun part about cutting out a lot of circles is you can try like a different thing on each one of them, and if it doesn't work out on one of them, just try it again somewhere else. That's kind of cool. What else? Maybe just collaging some of this book text. Cool. So this is just fun. You can use up the scraps and the little pieces that are on your desk. And this is just how I did it because I had stuff left over on my desk from making junk journals. Cool. And maybe a little bit of distressing on these. Cute. And I'm going to cut out some of my stamped images that I already did. Maybe the skull. The skull's my favorite. And maybe a moth or a beetle. So this is kind of spooky, kind of Halloween, but I don't know. There are some of us that celebrate Halloween all the time, so I always like skulls and I always kind of like spooky things. So I think these would be really fun in a journal. What do I want? I'm so indecisive, I'm sorry. But I know a lot of people are indecisive when they're crafting also. So I hope you're crafting along with me, being indecisive with me. Cool. So now I have a skull and a little moth. And now just kind of add any other layers that you want. So I added some washi tape. Here's some washi tape. And it's cool because if you do scan these, because I think artist trading coins are meant to be like traded and stuff, so you can scan them and trade them if you want to. And the tape looks really cool when you scan it because it almost disappears. And you're just left with a pattern. I still like this. Flip. Maybe like that. So indecisive today. These ones I just kind of threw together, but I was just playing like I had no expectations of how they were going to turn out because I was just playing, but today we're throwing them together just as an example. Maybe that's why. Okay. I think I need to trim this one a little more. And maybe add some distressing. That will help. And I think using a lot of different like medias, I think distressing helps tie them all together. Cool. And I also use like labels, like little word phrase label stickers, either from Tim Holtz. These are from the Reset Girl, I think. Sometimes I can find the one I want. Like this one. It says it's all good. Hope it fits. We're gonna make it fit. Okay, I think that's cute, and we'll add something else to it, like something three-dimensional. Okay, I got some stars and I'm just stapling them right onto my little card. And they're transparent, so it just kind of gives this cool little look. You can still see a lot of the card that's behind it. Cool, right? Okay, let's add a star to this one. To It's All Good. Maybe I'll layer them. So I have this big purple star. I'm gonna put a little gray star right on top and layer it somewhere on here. So tiny. I think right there. It doesn't really matter where it is, right? Because that's probably not where it was supposed to go. But oh well, that's how it is. Cute. So now we have 2 more of these little artist trading coins, and those went together pretty fast, right? You could do like a whole sheet of them, and what I did is I scanned mine onto the computer and created a printable. So you can check this out over on Etsy. Let's see. Back it on up, back it on up. Make some room, make some room. You can download this sheet on Etsy. Like I said, it comes with the watercolor background sheet, which we use to create our circles. And then it comes with the actual artist trading coins that I made. I just kind of adjusted them in Photoshop. And you can see this one is this one. This is how it started out, and this is what it ended up as. So I think they look really cool for journals, and that's what's really nice about them, because they have lots of layers. Like, it looks like there's tons of stuff layered on there, but it's flat. It's just a piece of paper. So that's kind of the fun part about it for your journals and stuff. So this one is the colored version, and then this is the black and white. It's pretty much just muted colors because there's a little bit of color still poking through. I just thought this would go with more like people's journaling styles. They can color it or do whatever they want with it. So this is the kit that's over on Etsy. Check it out if you want cute little journal stuff. And it's instant download, so you can play with it immediately and print it off as many times as you want. You can even print it in different colors. So this is how it's going to print on your these are the colors. Each printer is going to be different. Your screen is going to look different. The video is going to look different than the colors in real life. So this is the colors close to what they are. Yellows and purples and pinks and stuff. And I thought it would look good with the black and white contrast in your journals. So this is how it comes, but you can also adjust the colors a little bit. This one's tweaked very slightly to be more purples and oranges, kind of more like Halloween colors, which I am getting excited for Halloween. And since I printed these back to back, I was just doing lots of test prints, but since I printed these back to back, now I can cut them out and they're back to back. How cool is that? And the ones in the middle will be the same back to back, you can see, but the ones on the outside are different on front to back. So that's the front and that's the back. So that's kind of cool if you print them back to back. But if you're just adding them to your journals, you can just do one-sided. What's also cool is you can adjust the colors a little bit more. So like I said, this is how it comes with yellows and pinks. And then if you want, you can adjust the saturation and the hue, I'm not sure, in your photo editing software and really change the colors. So this one is like purples, way purple. Or you can go in a completely different direction and go way blue with your hue. And how cool is that? So it's completely customizable for your journals, whatever colors you like using. You can just adjust the colors in Photoshop. And then this one is my favorite colors, like pinks, blue, and yellow. My favorite, and especially with the contrast with the black and white butterflies, because like I said, they're pretty much my exact same butterfly tattoos, right? They look exactly the same. So I really like these little coins, and I also, like I said, included a black and white one. So you can do whatever you want with the colors, and then with the black and white, you can, since this is how it comes, a little bit muted colors, if you want to go full black and white, you can print it really dark and full black and white, and then you can doodle over it. How cool is that? Because the black and white ones are blank. All the other ones have words in it, like inspirational little cheesy things, but the black and white version is blank, so you can write whatever you want to in these little spots. And that way they're completely customizable for your journals, and it's cute. You can include your own handwriting and do some doodling and just make it fun. So that's really cool. I like the black and white version as well. But like I said, it comes muted. I'm calling it black and white, but it's really just muted colors. You can print it full black and white if you want to. Or if you want, you can print the black and white. What really looks cool is when you print it on craft. My craft is a little bit dark, but it was still kind of a fun little experiment to do the black and white version, because I think they look so vintage and cool. So I really like the black and white on craft also, which is an option. You can print these on any paper that you want as many times as you want. So try out different things, let me know what works. So I think I'm gonna start with these since they're still out. I mean, everything's still out, and do some journaling in my Hobonichi. I went to a country festival, so this is all that, and I have a little bit of space to do journaling about the weekend, but I don't know. I'm just gonna put one of these over here. Maybe the skulls? I think that's cute. Yeah, I like that. Maybe, yeah, I distressed it already. I think that looks really cool on the craft. It makes it look vintage, and it kind of now matches with the craft packaging over here, because we went to Lush, and of course I had to include it. There we go. So now I have room to do journaling around here with this. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just gonna do some journaling right here and fill my Hobonichi. I love my Hobonichi, it's so pretty. Okay. plastic pen pal. Perfect to send in Happy Mail. So I'm gonna keep playing with these ATCs. It's been probably a few weeks later since I filmed the last portion of this video, but I thought I would do some things really fast, maybe like doodle some coins. This is just like the little extra background sheet that I included in the kit. So in the kit you'll get the colored version, the black and white version, and then you'll get like a bonus background sheet. And that's just what I'm gonna cut up and do little like doodles on. And I had this idea, since I have the original, this is just a copy of it, but this is kind of the original that I started with. It's just like painty and paint splatters. I thought I would use it to decorate a storage container for all my little ATCs. So I'm gonna do that next after I cut these out real fast. So I will be right back, so you don't have to watch this. So I cut out a bunch of the background pieces. I cut out a bunch of circles to make more little coins and little strips and pieces. I didn't want to waste any, so I like used all of it and punched out little hearts out of the small pieces and then bigger pieces for like my art journals. And then I have this big piece and I cut it to fit this Pringles can because I was thinking that we could wrap it around, decorate it, wrap it around, put like artist trading coins, and then we'll have somewhere to store our little coins, and I'm pretty sure they'll fit perfectly. Like, look at that. Perfect. So that's my plan. I'm just gonna draw and doodle, decorate these little background pieces.
what, baby? And guess what, baby? And guess what, baby? Yeah. And guess what, baby? Baby. So bad. It's so bad. So bad. It's so bad.
So I asked on Instagram what color tape I should use, like purple or yellow, and it's 50-50. Oh my goodness, it really is 50-50. So I'm just gonna use yellow. I don't know. And I'm just gonna punch out artist trading coin, I think.
You got oh no no.
So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I had lots of fun making these artist trading coins. We also made this little container to house them in, to protect them, to collect them. So trade with your friends, swap. These ones are available on Etsy, but you could totally make your own. Send me your creations. Let's fill this bad boy up, and maybe we can swap. No promises. But I had lots of fun making this. You saw all the things I did with it. I really like it printed down at half size. If you had like a, I think it's 1.5 inch punch, that would work for the half size. And then I found out, because I printed them out at quarter size, and they are so freaking cute. So cute. I love it. I love it. So this is printed out at quarter size, and the 1 inch punch works for these perfectly. So cute. I love it. So I'm gonna punch all of these out, enjoy using them, and I hope you guys do also. Tag me on Instagram if you do, if you enjoyed these, or just leave a comment down below. Share it with your crafty friends. Share these coins, the coins that you make, with your crafty friends. And yeah, until next time guys, I'll see you over on Instagram, over on Etsy, and Patreon. Thank you guys, and stay creative. If you shake it up, you can get like a different one to show. Oh. It's like, which one is it gonna be? Oh. Oh, there we go. So that's kind of fun.